This video is brought to you by AKSIAS.
The first thing is psychological aspects. The second thing is physical aspect. Now the third broad area which I want to share with you is about academic aspects. Okay? Academic aspects are basically having three dimensions. First, your entire academic record, your high school, intermediate, BTech or BSc or any other subject. Most of you have done the Bachelor of Technology. So all the academic background along with the college, percentage, subject, 100% academic record of each candidate is available a priori with each member. So about your academic achievements, you are a first ranker or the top ranker, try to avoid impressing the board with that. Entire academic record is with the board. So you don't start talking about the great achievements of your academic past. I was a topper, sir. I was the second highest topper. They know it. If they don't know it and don't inquire about it, don't try to burden them with your past performance. After all, because of that only and due to the combination of subjects you have chosen, you are made into civil service. So academic record is the first step. It's not the final destination. So don't talk about it, don't brag about it much. Second thing is about the optional subjects. Optional subject may be physics, chemistry, mathematics, which was your subject in your graduation. Most of the candidates go in for anthropology, sociology, geography, history and other subjects. It's very, very important to be thorough about the optional subject also. Basic fundamentals of the academic which you had studied and the basic fundamentals of the optionals. It's very, very, very important. Brush it up. No need of doing a doctoral thesis on that last day. But basic fundamentals of physics. What is Newton's law? What is Archimedes' law? What are the laws of thermodynamics? What is electromagnetic induction? Okay? What is quantum theory? What is theory of relativity? These are some of the basic questions which are going to be asked if you have a background of physics or electrical engineering. What is the difference between a generator and motor? Kada? Simple things. You should be thorough in the simple concepts. If you are a mathematics background, it would be appropriate to have what is, Pythagoras theorem. It's not a big theorem. Everybody knows what's Pythagoras theorem. But if you are thorough with that, you have probably read it in 8th class. Don't be surprised if these questions are asked. Let me tell you, very difficult questions you are always prepared to answer. You trip only on the very simple and obvious questions. For answering simple and obvious questions effectively, you have to be simply normal. It's very, very important. Psychologically, physically, and the most important of all, academically. Okay? So basic fundamentals of all the subjects. If you are a biology student, basic theory of evolution, okay? Darwin, you should know. If you don't know that, then they will have a very poor opinion about you. Let me tell you, even if a member in the interview board has not read biology, he would like you to tell Darwin's theory of evolution in a simple language. You should be able to do that. And if you don't do that, then it will be a great misfortune, a simple opportunity, you lost it for no fault. Basic concepts are very, very important. Of course, political science is a huge ocean, but I have found with my own experience, if I ask the basic ingredients of state, what is a state? Oh my God, students start giving a big lecture. Nobody wants a big lecture. Tell everything in just 2 or 3 words. State, it has 4 ingredients: territory, population, sovereignty, resources. Simple. Greenland has no population, so there is no state over there. Moon has no population, so there is no state yet. So the point I am trying to tell you is, have the basic ingredients in your mind and then try to articulate it on that day. History, of course, is a deep ocean. Basic concepts. It's not merely the story of the victors and losers. You also have people. When some question is asked about history, certainly you will talk about the leaders and the rulers, but also talk about the social and economic condition of the people. Okay? You also talk of the status of science and technology in that realm. If you can speak a few words about the status of women, wonderful. Science and technology, status of women, socio-economic ambience of the people, apart from who won and who lost, is going to provide a very important and very good dimension to answer in history. Geography again is a very, very huge ocean, but certain concepts should be very clear. They may ask a simple question: what is soil? Toppers of geography are not able to answer it. What is soil? Well, sand plus humus. Sand is physical, humus is biological. A mix of the physical and biological elements, this is what makes soil. See, photosynthesis, photosynthate. So these are some of the very basic concepts which I am sure you have gone through it in your general knowledge paper. Be aware about them and try to tell them in a very simple English, without burdening yourself with big words, without trying to write an essay for 10 minutes and 15 minutes. Finish up a question like what Arjuna did in Mahabharata. You know the story of Arjuna? I will tell you. Dronacharya wanted to test all the Shishyas. He took them to the field, put a object and asked everybody, what do you see? He asked Yudhishthir, what do you see, Yudhishthir? He says, Gurudev, I see the sky, I see the earth, I see the nature around, and I also see Gurudev, I bow before you. Dronacharya asked him, please get out. You are seeing everything except the target. Then Bhima came, what do you see? Oh, I am seeing Duryodhana thinking too much of himself. He says, you are suffering with jealousy. Please move out. Similarly, he was asking this question from Duryodhana, from Nakula, from Sahadeva, from everybody. And everybody was trying to speak of everything else except the target. Finally, Dronacharya asked Arjuna, same question. Arjun, what do you see? Gurudev, I see only the eye of the bird. You don't see other brothers? No. You don't see trees? No. You don't see birds? No. You don't see me? No, Gurudev, I am not looking at you. I am just see a bird's eye, my only target. At that moment, Dronacharya understood that he is the most eligible person. Then he said, aim. Arjuna aimed and hit the bull's eye. The question is, why Arjuna was able to do a job which others could not? Not that they were not capable. Their capability was equal. But their mind was disturbed with jealousy, with undue reverence for the Guru, with respect for the nature. But you are not there to look at the nature and the earth and the moon and the bird and the trees and Gurudev. You are just to see the eye of the bird and hit it directly, that's it. Question is asked, it is like a eye of the bird. Understand it. Think for a moment. Reply in a natural manner. That's it. Don't try to write a big essay. Don't give a big lecture. These are some of the things which I would like you to keep in mind. So, in academic aspects, I am very fond of telling my young officers who are aspiring to be administrators of this great country called India tomorrow, please remember Arjuna and Dronacharya. Don't try to be Yudhishthira or Bhima or Duryodhana or anybody else. Just be Arjuna. Single target, single thought, your mind, your eyes, your entire being is directed towards that. Hit it, get 100% marks. That is Arjuna's aim. You should keep that in view so far as academic, optional and general aspects are concerned. Okay? So that's what I thought I will share with you so far as these academic aspects are concerned.
This video is brought to you by AKSIAS.